All right, guys. Been on a little hiatus on YouTube lately. Just taking some breaks, slowing some things down, slowing the roll, waiting on some parts to come in for some builds. Just in general, was just taking a break.
Well, why didn't you tell me?
Trying to get back into some stuff here. Just try to get the channel rolling back up. Just some simple things. In the middle of not filming and taking some breaks, we've been working on a lot of tire testing. I love some coffee. We've been working on some tire testing stuff and trying different things with the tires. So that's why I kind of wanted to do this video with you guys, going over. We've put quite a bit in work doing this tire stuff, and this is something I just want to share with the RC community, that this is actually something that us old school race guys used to do back in the day with our tires, to get them a little sticky, to get them softened up a little bit, to get a little extra grip on the track. I know, obviously, the best way to improve said crawler or any other RC is to pick you up, obviously, a more expensive set of tires that are going to perform a lot better coming out the bag. But if you want to be, as Jerry's old guy review says, he's cheap, I call it being frugal. There's nothing wrong with modifying your stock stuff, okay? Actually, modifying a lot of pushing a stock truck, doing simple modifications, you can learn a lot more in the process than just spending and buying and blingy, buying pretty aluminum, or just in general, just buying shit. I mean, tuning goes a long way. Figuring out right offset wheels, right, you can actually take a stock tire. We've done it, and change the inserts. And when I say inserts, I include foams from now on, because I'm just going to start calling them all inserts. You can actually take a stock tire and change the inserts in them, and believe it or not, you can improve the performance just doing that. There's a few things I'm going to go over in this video. I'll try not to get it real long. I apologize if it's too long for people. I know people's attention spans. I don't know. I don't know what else to do about it. I try to get the videos over as quickly as I can. Appreciate the people that hang in there and actually take the time to watch the videos.
Did we just become best friends? Yep!
So, let's get this started with tips and tricks to squeeze a little more performance from your stock RTR tire. Just diving right into it, my buddy bought a set of these ruptures, and I think he said he bought them from A-Main, and everybody goes, I mean, he bought it from a reputable, an actual online hobby shop. I'm pretty sure where he said he got those from. It's hard for me to believe this is a real rupture, because everybody goes gaga
Don't call my name, don't call my name
over the J-Concept ruptures, and for us, they have been poopy.
Shit everywhere. There's shit everywhere! Damn it! There's shit on the windows! Oh my God! My house is full of shit! He shit everywhere! Look what he did! He shit all over the wall!
These came in J Concept's bag, green compound, legit everything looked exactly like the J Concept comes in. If these are a real J Concept rupture, I would highly recommend not to buy these tires. They just have not worked for us, and I've noticed this starting out. That's why I'm starting with this across the board, because I see everybody in Facebook groups. I see everybody in, which I can barely even hack Facebook at all anymore with all the stupidity of everything. A lot of tire choice, I think, is a lot more dependent on, like, your area, your climate, where you're running. I have ran into a lot of tires for us that everybody says is like the bomb, just do not work here. Rock Beast is one of those tires that are mediocre performance for us. And I have tried everything with a set of Rock Beast tires. I have given them away. They would not work. Just did not perform. However, I think the Rock Beast beat the Rupture for us. I have went and found, I've gotten these things to work. Ran them yesterday, and I'll get into, I don't know, maybe these are a clone. I've watched several videos on several YouTube channels to research to try to figure it out. I don't think these are clones now. I think these are the legit thing. I am just not impressed. I've had Canyon Trails beat these. That's how shit these are. And like I said, it may just be something for us, and, you know, here will we run. I don't know. A lot of when you see, just be wary when you go on a lot of these Facebook groups and people say, well, I run this tire. A tire is one of those upgrade parts that not necessarily is going to be the same across the board for everybody. You really got to take in the conditions, the area where people run. Here in West Virginia, where I'm at, you know, these swamper style tires, Proline BF Goodrich, Crawler, the Mickey Thompson Baja Pros just don't work for me here. The Endura pins, if your performance, to me, I can't see getting hung up on what the tire looks like. If you want performance, then that Endura pin, and it's real simple because that tire is set to work with like their blue insert. To me, that's what I would, if you just want performance, those pin tires are fantastic. I think that there's another one. I don't think it's made by Endura. I think it's like HXTX or T. I don't know. It's on out, and they're cheap, guys. You can buy the inserts for like $15-16, and you can buy the tires, I think, for like 20 something. So, you know, save from buying $70-80 or over $100 and some dollars for 3D inserts or better foams for a Pro line. Those pins beat my Hyrax, beat the piss out of them on running them on the course, and you're spending half the price, and you're, you know, with the pin tires. I did notice that the blues, after you start running them for a while and they get broke in, they start breaking down and get too soft if you got a heavy truck. So you got to be careful with that. We have ran into being able to tune the Endura inserts, and I'm going to break down another video of that later, not on this one, on how we're tuning the inserts. A couple ways we found to tune them, and I prefer the greens. You don't got to cut any webbing or anything like that with the greens, and we have figured out an easy way, and it's a cheap way of and it keeps them waterproof to, you know, tuning the actual Endura insert to get them a little stiffer if you need those greens for a little stiffer. So let's move on with this tire explanation. You'll need regular old WD-40, not silicone, not PB Blaster, not I not know if like the tack racing stuff that you get from the hobby shop might work. Just regular WD-40. You can get a small can if you want. Goes a long ways. It'll save you money. I always have WD-40 because I'm a maintenance guy. So WD-40, some cheap foam brushes. You can go to the Dollar Tree and you can pick up some cheap foam brushes. And some blue shop towels make it nice. And I'm going to show you here. We're going to get these out of the way. Well, what you want to do is, get these out of the way. More foam brush. You can buy like a 5-6 pack of these for $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. You're going to want to take your foam brush. I've already done these. And you're going to want to take your WD-40. And you're going to want to get you your blue shop towels or paper towels or whatever towel you're using. You want to take your foam brush, shake up your WD-40, spray it on your foam brush just like that right there. Just like that. Take your tire, set it down, brush the WD-40 on it. Just like this right here. Da, 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 right on the tread, nice and even, da, 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 da. Boom, that tire's done. Next tire, we're going to do the same thing. Brush your WD-40 onto your tread. This will be the second time that I've done these. Letting the WD-40 soak into the tread walls because these reason why they won't get a hold of anything is they are too stiff. Usually 2 tires once you get this thing good and soaked. Get you some more WD-40 on there. My can's getting a little low because I use the crap out of WD-40. Brush it on your tread. Just like that. I don't go down inside the tread. Just right down on the tread. And here's, if you got already a softer compound tire, we're going to go ahead and do the last one here on the camera. Literally takes seconds. I wouldn't do your sidewall. Do not soak these in a bag. Do not cover the whole tire. Do not just take this tire out and spray it down and hose it with WD-40. Put it on the tread. Just like that right there. That's what you're going to do. Set your brush to the side. You're done. So, that's how you do it right there. That's the WD-40 tacky trick. There might be some other stuff that works, like maybe PB Blaster does work. I don't know. WD-40, small can at a Family Dollar, Dollar General. You can buy that shit about anywhere. I think it's like maybe $3, $4, if that. What this WD-40 does, there's a reason why you don't want to put your tires in a bag and spray the WD-40 in there. And it probably a lot has to depend on them with, and it's been trial and error. A lot of the WD-40 or these petroleum-based products will get in the pores of the rubber of the tire. It'll make the tire get huge. And it'll ruin the tire. That's why I said do not put the tire in a bag and hose it down with WD-40 or just keep spraying and spraying. Don't do that. This is the best way that I have found to improve the traction of said tire. It'll go in here and it'll open the pores up in the rubber compound of the tire. And it will make the tire a little more pliable. That was the problem with these. And these are an old, anybody that knows a Losi Nightcrawler, they're old. It's an old style truck. It's an old. These were getting kind of hard because rubber will get hard. It'll start dry rotting. These were already old and just getting kind of hard. And these things are now super nice and pliable. I took these out and I did run it without doing anything to them. It was night and day. I had my good friends come up. They have the Pro line, I think maybe G8. I don't know. It's this tire in the Pro line. Everybody knows the small Pro lines are a good tire. And we ran them back to back, and I can pull every line they can. We're all kind of running the same setups. My buddy's truck has the green inserts. These have the green inserts. We're even running the same axles under a similar style LCG truck, you know. So that really wasn't anything changed. These tires they work good. I went out and ran a lot on them without doing the WD-40 trick. They weren't awful, but they just did not have that grip and stick. And you weren't able to place the tire and it hold there. They would slip off. So WD-40'd them, let them sit, didn't wipe it off. WD-40'd them a second time, just like we did right here with these, to soften them up. Let them sit the next day. Washed them with soap and water. That's what you want to do. Get the WD-40 off the tread and stuff. Washed them with just Dawn dishwashing liquid, no foams in them. Cleaned them up real good, scrubbed them. Mounted them, went out, and they pulled like a really an aftermarket tire. They work just as well as my buddy's Pro Line Swampers. These actually almost pull as good as my Hyrax over here. Very surprising for these are an RTR tire, guys. That's what I mean. They're very surprising for an RTR tire. So these worked so well that, let's get these out of the way. My buddy had these, what I'm going to call an actual rupture, because he did buy them from a legitimate hobby shop online. So I'm assuming that legitimate hobby shop, and I'm just assuming, you know what happens when you assume, you make out an ass out of you and me. So I don't know if these are legit. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. They were just terrible. Literally every tire we tried against them was better. Canyon Trail's better. A tire that I was very surprised with was the Pitbull Mad Beast. Kicked the shit out of these ruptures. And actually, those Pitbull Mad Beasts kicked the shit out of the Rock Beast. They put the wrong name on the wrong tire, in my opinion. Either way, these just did not. We tried everything: blue, green insert, soft, dual stage, CI crawler. We ran everything. Have been in these. We've had them. They just did not work. Didn't work almost from the get-go. Washing them and scrubbing them up all the time between runs seems to keep them a little better, but they have not been a good tire. And I don't understand, because everybody screams how great the ruptures are. So what I've done with these, he basically gave up on trying to get them to work. Trying to get these to work. I thought, well, I'll mess with them and see what I can do and come up with. So we got the WD-40. He kept the foams that were in them. I went over them with the WD-40. Let them sit. Next day, second time, went over with the WD-40. Let them sit. Washed them, scrubbed them real good. Took them out. I would say probably a 65%, 70% improvement on traction doing the WD-40 with these tires that were absolutely useless. He was so done with them, he was going to toss them in the trash, I do believe. I am just running a single stage, open cell foam in them, nothing fancy. They are probably like a medium stiffness foam. But I got them to work about 60, I would say at least a 60-70% improvement. Because he wasn't getting nowhere with them. very little, and it was a fight to get what you could get out of them. These, however, still beat them compared to the ruptures, but these do work enough to go out and play around with on the course. They are nowhere near a pro line crawler level or any kind of pro line. I would put these with the Pitbull performance of the Mad Beast that I have over here, probably just a little bit better than the Rock Beast tire, maybe. And I mean just a smidgen smackerel better than the Rock Beast tires that I ran. And no, I didn't have the clone Rock Beast. I had the legit. I bought them brand new from the hobby shop. And that was absolutely a waste of money to me. You'll hear my light post charged up in the background. So that is a little tunability you can use that doesn't cost you a lot of money. Something else I want to get into, I have to shut these off. I want to, and it's been done before, it's nothing new, and no, I didn't come up with it. Cheap ways of tuning tires. Cheap hair buns. They're waterproof. I think Crawler Canyon on there has videos of that stuff. But hair buns, just make sure you get a little bigger hair bun because you're going to want a little pushback. If you guys are just looking for a cheap, you say you're more of a crawler basher type guy going out in the water, you can do a hair bun, and they are, like I said, they are waterproof. You're not going to have to worry about that, rotting or anything, and who cares if it does? It's a hair bun. There's like fridge foam tricks you can use to make like a dual stage. As cheap as things are getting and is readily available, I've noticed the price of like your 3D printed stuff is, came down. So I would just recommend a 3D printed insert or, the Endura silicones. The Endura silicones aren't the end all to beat all, but they're cheap, affordable. There's plenty of inserts out there if you do your research that are super affordable that I'm sure if you can come up with. Guys complain about the sidewalls and stuff like that, a little bit of play, and same way here. I haven't really had any kind of major issues with that personally. You can take fridge foam and cut you shims. If you watch Crawler Canyon, he shows you how to make. You don't even got to do that though. I've never had a problem unless you got a giant huge tire. These green Enduras like fill up these freaking Super Swamper TSL SXs perfect. My buddy's running these in a set of Hyrax from Proline. We haven't had any problems with any kind of slopping, nothing in there. We found that the blue's a little too stiff, even after getting broke in our opinion, which you can snip those ribs. We've noticed the greens seem a little too soft sometimes, so you can tune this, and I am going to go over a video with what come up with tuning them. Yeah, so that's what we got here on the dungeon for this video. Like you can cheap tuning options, taking your, I'm going to call it an insert. It's a foam. You can start cut your foams. Jerry's Old Guy Review has a great video on that. Just start cut your foams. That'll give you, Crazy Crawler has been making those for a long time. You can already cut them, or you can already buy their foams. Crazy Crawler makes some awesome foams too, by the way, guys. If you're looking for, and they're waterproof, and they're still a foam if you're wanting foam. But it'll make it, it'll give you that little bit less rigidity. Yeah. In your tire, but keep in mind you're going to lose the sidewall that way too. So, because anything you do to soften them, you're going to lose sidewall support. But that's it, guys. That's our little. That's my little. You can tune an RTR tire. I'm getting ready to remove a stock set of Canyon Trails from a set of wheels, and I'm going to be doing a breakdown of those on the channel. We are going to get those mounted to a set of wheels that I have. These wheels, these are just cheap plastic wheels off my Vanquish Optic. And I've got these to work now, so we're going to take these off and set these off to the side, and we're going to put a Canyon Trail on here, and I'm going to run them against these to see how well that they'll do compared to these ruptures that I've got to work a little better. And then I'm going to run the Canyon Trails against the cloner trails. I don't know how you're supposed to say that, but anyways, you know, I'm going to run the Canyon Trails against these after I get these softened up a little bit, because these wouldn't make the course at all on my Beluga Bronco. These were awful. So we're gonna do a comparison between the real Canyon Trails and a clone, and I'd imagine the clones on the Canyon Trails are probably going to be all that compound. These have nothing written on them. You know, I'd imagine you can buy these off online somewhere, probably AliExpress or something, but I want to give these a little more benefit of the doubt after softening them up and see what I can get out of them on the same truck and the same wheel and tire combo. Because that's really how you got to test stuff. That way it keeps it fair across the board. Swapping out different wheels and stuff, I don't believe is a fair comparison. If anybody's interested, I do have some more building stuff some updates coming on this truck pretty soon. The old Power Wagon LCG comp truck. Working on, just waiting on some parts still from, you know, I ordered them from AliExpress. Everybody knows sometimes they're slow. But I don't mind waiting because they get a better deal on parts. That's me. Just waiting on parts to get here. And I think that's all we got here from the RC Dungeon, guys. I appreciate everybody still watching the channel. Trying to think of anything else I'm still waiting on. I've got a Nye Mod brushless outrunner motor coming. I was going to do a little, you know, test review run on. I believe Crawler Canyon has a video up on that system. Seems to work okay. The motor's a little meh. I got it coming for this because I needed an outrunner on this truck because there's no room. So anyhow, guys, from the RC Dungeon, thanks for everybody supporting. Taking a break from the Facebook BS, from all the drama idiots on there. Temper levels are just going too high. So from RC Dungeon, peace.